So here we have a game with Vertigo versus Prodigy. Vertigo is on your left, Prodigy on your right.
Incoming in 30
And on Gibraltar. Here with me is the lovely... Say your name.
Law. Oh, I thought you were gonna introduce me. I was waiting for like a cool introduction. Alright, I guess let me talk map strats. They're both running the dive here with the Widowmaker. They are running mirror comps actually. On defense, the dive, you have to get out of this room really fast, so hopefully the defensive side can pull this off. And they're calling for a pause already. And A scrims.
Stop the payload.
And we're back.
Both teams are running the Widowmaker as well, which is very good on Gibraltar because of the long sight lines. Hopefully we can see some use out of this.
Drop Patrol will get their early pick onto Spoons, which means they will, Vertigo will have an easier time defending here. They'll continue on top as they get free cart movement underneath, opting not to initiate yet. Top Patrol will get another pick onto Frisk.
They're giving a lot of space here.
They really are. After that initial pick, I think they should have dived them, really. But
onto Prodigy.
Will get another pick. And Zunchun follows up. Nothing on the side of Prodigy yet, aside from a DMAC onto Dasming. But they're still giving up so much space.
They're playing quite defensively.
They are playing very defensively and very peeled back. After 3 amazing picks, you think they would have, initiated and finished off the rest.
Yeah.
Spoons will DMAC Dasming, and that's an insanely fast Dragon Blade from Frisk. We'll pick up 1, and the rest of Prodigy will help finish up. Now see there, Vertigo.
That wasn't played very well on blue side.
It wasn't.
On blue team.
We'll get an early pick and stop. So Enter will follow up onto Caro, Designato, which will allow them to push farther.
Normally on defense, you want to be diving on them like right as soon as they're out of spawn, basically. They didn't really take a dive on them at all.
Even after the pick, that Top Patrol guy.
2 picks, actually. 2 picks.
The info set will go up for Top Patrol for Vertigo.
Again, they're giving up lots of space and their Winston's in there alone.
Here we go. Then Dark jumping into the back line. Zunchun will get a pick onto the launch, so Spoons will kill Top Patrol, but there's a resurrection from Dance will resurrect Top Patrol as well, and Desmond will kill Spoons. So this is both senses is top. This is easy hit for Prodigy here. Zunchun will pop the Dragon Blade though. Does get launched. Risk also down. A lot of ults being popped on the side of Vertigo. Maybe too many here now, because they
probably
do
too many.
Yeah.
Their ult economy is really messed up. They're not taking dives.
You do have the Primal Rage and you do have the Dragon Blade, which is great for initiating here and trying to get early picks.
This doesn't seem like, is it blue and Vertigo?
Blue is Vertigo, yes.
They're not as coordinated in their dives because they're diving in alone a lot.
Definitely.
Or not diving at all.
The players themselves are getting great picks and it seems to be very talented, but the overall coordination doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah.
Again, the dive from Random Dark and Bedazzler, they both instantly get disassembled, and Prodigy was fucked up. Here comes the Dragon Blade.
They have no ults to counter that.
We'll get Zunchun actually, and then Spoons will take up Top Patrol. Dancy on point alone. Both supports will die late. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
They didn't have any ults for that.
Looks like they will get an early. Nope, no they won't. Dasman does get away actually. In that. It's 24 health, a little straight.
A lot of time on the clock right now. On the side of Prodigy, their dives are much cleaner.
And against Desmond will leave the dive this time. They do can have Spoons and Desmond will take a run cell in the meantime. Running up, creating so much space here while Joji runs in on the people separated. Another Dragon Blade pop. And you know, I think that was an okay use of the Dragon Blade there. They didn't need it, but they do have other ults to fall back on. So you know,
That was a good
fine.
call.
Yeah.
That was a good call. Genji's build Blade very quickly, so it's not the biggest deal. It's when you're rolling both your support ults at the same time is when things get hairy.
Which we'll see if Vertigo will do.
Again.
Top Patrol will take up Frisk early. So, oh, they will res though, so it looks like they will still initiate. They move the card. Frisk, we'll get a pick on Random Dark. A tank down. Main tank down, actually.
Pass into the iris.
They pop the Transcendence after the pick. I don't know why. But in the end, they will get the Dasman, and they can move up further. Fury leading the charge. Frisk following up with the Dragon Blade. Lucky I will up the Valkyrie.
Lunchun is coming really close in our Blade.
Frisk will take
I think
out
get out
Zunchun
here.
before. He does get res. If he can build the Blade in time, he can finish them off right now. And he will!
They don't have any ults to counter that.
He slices up the tanks. They do have a lot of health. He will take out one. The bomb goes up though. Gets no one. Steffi will be being taken out by the other Baby Diva. And nice. A
Solid
somewhat-
battle mercy kill.
Solid. Indeed. So now we're talking. What do you think? What do you think Prodigy, the red team, has to do to take this home now? They have the cart so far up. It's really just one more push.
Right now, they have 2 minutes on the clock. They just need to gather some ults up here and then make a good push with all of them.
Fury leaves the
It looks like, though, they are going to get a pick there.
Yes. This is a huge opportunity here. Main tank down. They will go for the res, and they do pull it off. Vance very low after that, though. Will get taken out. Both supports on the side for Vertigo down. Lucky Owl very low. Does not get finished off. Dadman and Top Patrol will go down. It's just Random Dark, and then Dark will go down. This stops another Dragon Blade. We'll take out Zunchun. Carl left alone on the point. We'll let them keep it until more reinforcements arrive. Dasman back on point now.
Into the iris.
Pulse Bomb gets no one. And, Vertigo's coming back to point. Bomb thrown up.
What about these cleanups right now?
That's Stop Patrol, actually. But they keep coming back. Zunchun will get shut down after getting one pick with Dragon Blade. But they can keep contesting. Oh, never mind.
There it goes. 53 seconds on the clock. Going into that last phase, though, with having 4 minutes and 11 seconds, and then coming at it with 53, that's rough.
Switching sides.
Oh, hopefully we can see a better defense played out here on this first point by Prodigy, though. Vertigo's idea was there, they just did not execute it well. When you're running that defensive dive, you need to be on them as soon as they're out onto that cart. You need to be on them, calling a target, and just picking people left and right. You can't be waiting up there. They didn't even touch them until they were past the bridge, even.
And they let the picks they got, they let them return to the fight.
Yeah. It was a rough first point defense for Vertigo there.
Indeed.
It does look like Prodigy will be running the same defensive dive, but without the Widowmaker here. That'll be interesting. Normally a lot of players will opt for the Widowmaker because of how long the sight lines are. It's really good because you can sit back all the way on Hangar 18, and see all the way where a normal Widow would peek.
But you also think that maybe Spoons, the Widow player who did play Widow, doesn't want to take that fight again because Stop Patrol as Widow
That
was
is very
dominating.
true. That Widowmaker was doing very well. Hopefully we can see this dive executed much better here by Prodigy.
Hopefully we can see follow-ups to Stop Patrol's picks from Vertigo.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, we see Spoons having a nice sit down here.
Yeah, looking around the corner with the boost.
Actually, yeah, that's a
Is incoming.
strat right there.
Escort the payload.
We're not seeing anything yet. We'll just push the cart. And Random Dark makes first contact with Spoons. Spoons above, no recall. And they will dive in there. It's just Steffi Wolf and Fury taking one right now. Spoons will come and assist. They do beat Badazman. So that's
See, right here, this is what you need to see from this dive. They needed to push out of that room a lot faster than they did, though, because they got kind of stuck there.
But Sunshine gets Spoons, and Badazman will push the card alone, as Baby Diva. Gets off for a second, then Steffi Wolf and Fury will come and defend. Paw Patrol will get a nice pick onto Bronze, so Steffi Wolf will kill Random Dark, but I think Favor is still in, yep, it's still in Vertigo's favor, especially after killing Fury.
Definitely so.
Ocean will kill a Lucky Owl, and Spoons will take out Paw Patrol this time, finally winning the duel between them. Though, of course, it's a Tracer versus Widow, so, you know.
The dive was definitely better, but it wasn't as good as it should be.
Definitely.
They made contact, but it seems as though nothing really died when it needed to.
Late pick onto Spoons. Might mean they don't contest.
Looks like they are.
Looks like they will though. Fury will pop the counter rage, so they did have a plan, but Steffi Wolf gets instantly demacked. Just frisking Fury on point. Paw Patrol uncontested, getting 3 shots on the point. Sunshine will take out Lucky Owl, Steffi Wolf die, and so will Monso. So both supports gone for Prodigy. And it looks like Vertigo will win the fight pretty easily. Once again, Paw Patrol in the back here, uncontested, getting so many shots off.
No one can.
It's kind of odd to see the team stay on the dive on the second point here. Normally you'd see them swap over to more of a standard comp.
Oh no, Paw Patrol gets another pick onto Lucky Owl. That will delay a good defense for Prodigy for quite a bit. Paw Patrol gets a nice shot onto
Both teams having an issue with this defense. This defense is just knocking these teams on their feet.
But Prodigy does have 5 ultimates right now. So,
oh yeah, that's very true. Should be able to get something done here. They seem to engage with them.
A hot transcendence could save Vertigo from a lot of things that Prodigy could throw though.
Very much. And Mercy's in a horrible position right now.
Applying so much damage and then dashing and finishing off the kills. That's the dive I expected originally.
Yeah. Their Mercy got stuck in a really unfortunate position.
Where did she get stuck?
She isolated herself and pushed her on the other side of the map just so that their Winston could get her. That's an issue you see a lot with support players who aren't really used to playing a team. Instead of going towards their team to be able to be protected, they'll run away. Especially with Mercy players. It's unfortunate.
Probably is a double taking the spot for me. He wasn't in place before. Frisk will kill Paw Patrol. Nice blade. We'll get nothing else though.
That pick should be enough though.
Yep, then we'll get to next. And looks in favor of Prodigy.
Oh.
Paw Patrol and Sunshine fighting back, but they will die. Ronso getting res, Jasmine and Carol are gone. So that's it. So we'll get a late pick up for Sunshine. Paw Patrol taking out Ronso again. Paw Patrol with these picks. Insane.
Crazy.
Now here, Prodigy might have to peel back a tiny bit to wait for
These Mercies are getting a lot of resurrects off, and that's something that you don't see normally in anything above like Diamond. Is the fact that these Mercies are just every res they basically get it off because no one's really focusing them down.
Yeah, indeed. The focus definitely doesn't seem to be there. Sunshine and Paw Patrol are getting amazing picks, but they're getting them on their own.
Yes.
Without any clear focus.
Oh.
Ronso will pop the Transcendence, keep his team alive. Doesn't matter, Paw Patrol gets a pick through it. Will take out the Tracer. Sunshine will follow up after the and get both support. Get one support. Couldn't follow up, Fury will take him out. Bomb goes off. Bubbles by Random Dark. Badazman, ooh, might have been a fat finger or something. Messes up his bomb pretty badly. But Vertigo can push the point right now. And they do.
Their Mercy's stuck again inside that room. Ooh.
Random Dark will die kinda. And yeah, it's in favor once again. Prodigy microphone. Diancie will go for the res now. This might not be the best. Spoons and Frisk both popping ult. Frisk especially was not needed. But
Very much not.
but they still win win anyways. Staggering.
Oh, this is something very good that you see. Staggering the D.Va. The baby D.Va doesn't really gain ult charge for her mech form, so it's wonderful to be able to stagger her.
But it's also painful for Vertigo, as Desmond is just now respawning.
Yeah. 2 minutes 20 on the clock, when they also came into this with 4 minutes and like 20 seconds. 4 minutes 10, something around there.
Position looking to move in. Fury will approach him. He moves straight in. Goes for the blade. Picks off Ronso immediately. The peel does come, but Zunchun getting too much done. They can't peel him off.
So close to that Transcendence as well.
And that's a 3k for Zunchun and the D-Max. Random Dog will kill the D-Max and D.Va. And Karo is resurrected. So it is currently a 62? 3 now, as numbers start to come back to point, but Asman getting 2. They will push uncontested. No one can get past the bomb. And, wow.
Round 2 complete.
Vertigo is able to push in the end. 1
At
minute
1 minute 40.
3. Switching sides.
Seems to be a pretty even match so far,
Very much so.
with both teams' defensive dives not working probably how they want.
I feel like the teams are really getting caught up. Yes, the first point is bad, but it's unfortunate that they can't seem to get their feet up for the second point, because it is a rather long point. And especially under the bridge, if you get a clean regroup, you should be able to retake there. I feel like they should also be switching their comps for that second point. Usually you don't want to be staying on that defensive dive for the entire map. Almost always, you see teams switching off to Ryan Zarya and a very standard comp. And especially a soldier to be able to utilize on top of ship.
Preach.
It's interesting to see them running defensive dive for the entire map. Both teams, actually, not just this one.
Now, coming again, we will see 2 traces this time. Top Patrol opting off the Widow. Probably does not want to get dove like he did last time by Top Patrol, or by Spoons.
Attackers incoming.
Spoons.
Stop the payload.
Okay, Top Patrol hiding, looking for a pick. Does see Spoons, and Spoons passes in completely. Looking to go through the backline, sees Lucky Owl.
Vertigo again. Giving up a lot of space here.
Does almost get the pick on Salon, so we'll have to back out to not die though. And nothing's happened so far. Cart makes nice movement. Top Patrol and Dasman, both tanks suffering. Frisk will finish off Random Duck though. But for Vertigo,
That Zenyatta was just down there pushing the cart for quite a long way, and also ended up picking off their Mercy. I don't know how Vertigo didn't notice that.
10 seconds remaining.
a decent looking reboot coming along. Ronso is very slow in the back. Will not get targeted by anyone though. Top Patrol doesn't seem to care. Oh, finally, Top Patrol will go for Ronso. Just get discorded. Will take him. Oh, Carol will take him out actually in the end. The bomb will take out 3!
Oh.
It's huge! It takes out 3. The pulse bomb goes down, does not matter. This is it. Vertigo will full hold.
That's
Clap.
such a good strat though on this map, especially when you're playing against a dive. Putting that bomb on top of the cart, especially on the uphill incline, gives them so many little options to run away, because you have to stay on the cart. Their dive still at the beginning was very shaky. It's unfortunate, but you know, I feel like they got a little bit together here. Hopefully in this 1 minute 40 we can see Vertigo take this. Already things differing on the side of Prodigy. It looks like they're running a very, I wouldn't say standard comp. This is very not standard. As you would never, you don't really see the Lucio and the Moira run together very often. Normally you'd see the the Zenyatta in the Moira.
Yeah.
Normally you'd see the Lucio in the Moira. The tank
Attackers
combination is pretty
incoming
good.
in 30 seconds.
But they also have no hit scan for that long range, which is really, really unfortunate for them. As you
but
see
Prodigy's, more going
on
for
side of
staying
Vertigo, though.
power here. So with the
They do
high
have good
NDOSM,
sustain.
Yeah.
But they do have on the side of Vertigo, they have that Pharah.
Which will be a problem because as we have
No one's gonna be able to touch them.
Exactly.
No hit scan, no long range.
Attackers incoming. Stop the
Top
payload.
Patrol on the Genji this time, which we haven't seen yet actually, because the Zenton will be on the Pharah. Not initiated yet. Smart.
Very standard dive here in Vertigo.
Junction in the back line. Spoon sees him and he will retreat back to his team. Getting pressured by Spoons actually. Spoons will have to recall, lose that ability. And Prodigy will get kill feed is all red.
They're definitely utilizing this very small area that they have to push the cart through.
And Spoons is applying good pressure on the Traces, staying up top, where Zinshan has to try and go under the tunnel to help his team.
Very much so.
Once again, Spoons he does have the damage to Mercy though this time, so very, very dangerous for Spoons to stay there.
Oh, that one shot on the Tracer, so dangerous. See the Riptire.
Riptire goes in. We'll take a random dart.
Definitely not.
Looks like it might not
Oh.
at this point. Diane's going down a bit later.
Very even right now.
Spoons will go down. That's the only pick for Vertigo so far, but
Her team does not have a Mercy though for those Resurrects.
Vertigo does look like they can do this right now, depending on Zinshan.
Oh,
He goes for the rush, he gets two! Doesn't matter!
big.
The Transcender does nothing! It only keeps the Zenyatta alive, and you will die now. Yep. And it looks like Vertigo will capture this. Spoon goes with the Pulse Bomb. It will take out Carol, but it doesn't matter. This is it. Vertigo will capture point here. No one can get back in time.
That was huge. As much as the Prodigy liked that small space, it really did not go in their favor as they had that barrage and the Genji blade right in those close quarters.
Double kill.
Oh, this is where these supports, the entire team was just getting staggered out on both sides though. All of that the last bit of that first point and the entire second point, teams were just getting staggered on defense.
Next map will be Temple of Anubis.
This is a very interesting map.
Indeed.
This Temple of Anubis though, dude. Good memories of Pseudo. Good memories.
Now
Yes,
entering
the
the
best.
temple.
The best trophy.
This Anubis can be played a multitude of ways, both attack and defense. It'll be interesting to see what they go for.
And
It already looks like they're picking up that Widowmaker. That long range though, on Temple, it's so good.
Looks
But
like it'll be
it does
another
look like
rematch
Thought Patrol.
between Top Patrol
Yeah.
and Spoons here. Oh,
That-
maybe
what?
not.
Is that gonna be that quad tank? It looks like maybe on that red side. Triple tank with that Widow. That is very good. If that Widowmaker hides herself until those tanks can push in, it gives her a lot of free sight. Those tanks are really gonna have to work though to make space for Thought Patrol. It'll definitely be harder for Spoons to be able to play against this triple tank. But they have only the what's it called? Diva, that's her name. Alright, gamer girl.
Gamer girl.
They only have the Diva to dive Spoon, so we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting. I really do enjoy to see Prodigy, I believe, right? In blue right now.
Prodigy is in blue, yes.
It's very interesting to see Prodigy not running the Mercy and instead running Zenyatta Moira, which is definitely a healer combo that you don't see as much.
Attackers incoming.
I'm more interested right now in
Objective A.
Vertigo, the triple tank.
Yeah.
Frisk on the Junkrat will be able to do a
Oh.
substantial amount of them. Stephanie Wolf as well. But they will
Control.
push straight under, Bedazzman. Oh, not move. Okay, and he starts moving again. Runes up top, not able to do much with this triple tank. Looks like they might have been expecting the Widowmaker after all. Top
Oh,
in the
they
back,
capped it.
starts exchanging shots with Spoons. Will win the duel again, as we've seen before. And this should lead Vertigo to victory.
What we're seeing here is these tanks doing a lot of work and basically doing a lot of work without doing much. That's the thing. Is that they basically just need to walk on the point to get the attention of Prodigy to be able to give this Widowmaker, Thought Patrol, as much space as she can have to basically do anything that she wants. It's a really strong strategy when you have this really skilled, mechanically skilled Widowmaker.
And once again, Vertigo will run straight in. Junction will destroy the entire Frisk. The Shadow gets no one, but no picks on either side so far. Never mind, as I say that, Ronso will do much to Bedazzman, but Bedazzman will kill him as Baby D.Va anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Random Rush killing Frisk. Junction on second one. Looks like a one-fight Vertigo so far. Thought Patrol again with huge picks, and Bedazzman finishing off Spoon.
They are just rolling this.
They really are. Zunchun really proving his work on every hero he's played so far.
They just have this momentum here that's able to carry them through that first and second point that gives them 6 minutes, over 6 minutes on the clock. That strategy is just so good. It's somewhat hard to play against as well, especially on this map, whereas if you're running a strong Widowmaker, normally you'd expect a dive, right? A dive to counter that. Or maybe even a triple tank of their own. But when you're playing against triple tank, the dive is less effective, so to say. You would actually have expected that Junkrat to melt that triple tank, which unfortunately it just didn't. Countering triple tank is probably one of the weirder things that you're gonna see, because you actually do need to. You either need to be able to run triple tank better, which in any case, as long as you can run something better, you can obviously win the fight. But in most cases, people don't actually think about it. Running triple DPS is where it's at, because usually you're running a healer combo like Moira Lucio or Zenyatta Lucio or something like that. That does output a lot of healing, but doesn't output enough that it can withstand the triple DPS.
Have I been getting the teams wrong?
No?
I think I have. Prodigy's right.
Attackers incoming
Oh.
in 30 seconds.
Which one's No, Deontay's not on Prodigy. Deontay's on Vertigo.
She is? Since when?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's on Vertigo.
She was on Prodigy last time I checked.
Pretty sure she's on Vertigo. Check what team Deontay's on and then... I could have sworn Deontay was on
5,
Vertigo.
And she is on Prodigy. Whoops.
3, 2,
Well,
1.
that's unfortunate. Alright, here we
I'll
go.
edit it, don't worry.
Defend objective A.
Looks like, red team here. I'm just gonna say red and blue team. Red team here has got the pretty standard comp going.
For Prodigy, well, you had an early pick on Lucky Owl.
Yeah.
Which really does limit what Vertigo can do here. Being one support down, a major support as well, allows Prodigy to move in and get the early pick. Jasmine will jump in, has to jump out immediately after taking special amount of damage.
Blue team is also trying to run this. They're also trying to run the triple tank, but with a Zarya instead of the Roadhog, it's unlikely that you're gonna output the same amount of damage that you need. It does look like though
that with a similar comp as Prodigy,
the blue team's gonna do
Vertigo-
really well here.
Yeah, Vertigo will take it here.
Maybe we'll get this point. Let's see if they can carry this momentum over and get the second point What's that? 6 minutes.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
Oh, you see them on the. Wait, was that before or am I crazy? Did I actually have the quad tank? Am I crazy? I didn't see a Roadhog before. Well, they have quad tank. I think they had it the entire time, and I'm just crazy. But maybe I'm crazy. Oh, you see them engaging with that beast.
We're gonna pick up the Diancie. Oh, which will mean. Oh, but Thought Patrol will return one onto Lucky Elf, so both main supports for both teams dead. Now I'm following up on the press. Carol also down. And Prodigy looks like they will take it here.
It's a very even fight. But with those respawns, you have to count for respawns. Even if you get one pick, it's probably not going to be enough. You have to be able to sustain those picks all the time. Still staying on this quad tank, which for second point, it's okay, but kind of you want to see something like that Reaper or that Junkrat on here because of these close quarters. As we see Red Team taking advantage of.
So far, team's just having a tug of war here in the middle. Grab comes up from Frizz. Transcendence comes in. Stephanie will take up 2
not enough.
anyways. Transcendence can't heal through on nuclear bomb. Stop
Nope, cannot. Oh, these ults, these DPS ults, they don't do anything against this triple tank. You need something that's able to output a really high amount of damage, and when you have that triple tank, your healers are able to just...
which will enable them to take down Prodigy at a faster rate. That then gets DMAC and Zentral will die to Stuffy Wolf. Looks like they will take here. Stop Patrol swapping to the main for the stall pump. Junkrat in the back. Really can't do much. Gets shut
As
down
the kids say, this is a good 2 CP.
Ooh! Huge shot, but there is no follow-up.
As the kids say, the 2 CP.
As everyone says. 2
Yeah.
CP.
It is unfortunate though, because you see those high damage healers like Junkrat and Reaper out to try and take advantage of this quad tank here. And I've always heard that the advice to go against these quad and triple tanks is Hanzo, Reaper, and Junkrat. Because those high damage outputs, but it doesn't seem like it was enough to cut through that because neither one of the DPS were able to get anything with their ultimates, unfortunately.
Yeah, every time. They were just shut down.
Both times. They were shut down very hard. And even though the Junkrat on defense there was able to make contact with his ult, it just couldn't kill that Roadhog. It doesn't do that enough damage, unfortunately.
Thought Patrol ends on taking new DPS roles this time, opting for Soldier and Junkrat. Maybe looking to shut down a possible quad tank.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
A Soldier, though, is just like a tickle for those quad tank comps, though. Where are we going here?
But the thought of using a Soldier could also be for the sake that they possibly don't run a quad tank.
We have seen the Pharah come out, but it was on Red Team that we saw the Pharah come out, so not yet see that.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Also, all my advice for going against quad tank comes from Hazy, so don't blame me if I'm saying something wrong. Blame the DM.
Straight to point. Nothing's changed yet. Well, there is a DMAC. Random Dark will die actually. So Vertigo might be able to take it here on the back of that. Stop Patrol taking out Spoons again, not even on the Widow this time. And then Shuntaker getting another returning kill on Toronto. But this should be it.
Mercy just got stuck in the middle of the battle, unfortunately. You see their support. When they're getting in when they're going in, these attackers are just going in so fast. The defense is just getting so split up. They can't do anything about it.
Defense point. Objective B.
Let's get you back out there.
we go. Up to run up mid. Fire Strike will go straight through Bubble. Thought Patrol again on Spoon! This time on Reaper! Thought Patrol has a thing for Spoons, my guy. No matter what happens, Spoons will
want
go
it.
back
He
to
wants
Thought
it. He wants it. Oh, we got that Junkrat.
Or, you know, Spoons could be a Thought. And Thought Patrol is
Oh.
on Patrol.
You know, you never know, man. Could be. We don't know.
But Prodigy will be able to save the point here on the back of Thought Patrol.
Patrol is definitely doing a lot of work here.
This DPS duo of Thought Patrol and Zunchun. Zunchun's ability to flex onto anything. Thought Patrol is
Fantastic. It's really fantastic, and also the fact these tanks have done very good at making a lot of space for them. It's just it's good.
Spoon's looking for an early pick here for his team to ride on the back of. Does Thought Patrol? Thought Patrol approaches him both at half. Zunchun will finish off Spoons, and they will head back to point to wrap around and try and take out the rest of Vertigo.
Spoons is really getting targeted down here.
Yeah, Spoons a bunch of ults coming out from the side of Prodigy, but they will maintain both their Shatter and Transcendence, as well as being close to the Pulse Bomb. So, maybe not the most important usages of ults, but they do keep their some important ones in their pocket.
That Reaper ult probably wasn't needed. Neither was the. That fight was probably won already. As soon as they had gotten that pick, they probably didn't need to keep on. Spoon's finally getting off that Widowmaker.
And here we go. Here we see the Transcendence come out again. It will help them avoid getting.
It's Reinhardt's shatters, man.
Vertigo putting all into it this time. We'll take out 3, and Spoons will get Thought Patrol this time. That's the return. McCree does counter both the Reaper and the Tracer. Finally learning. The timings. What?
Huh?
Can McCree survive a Pulse Bomb by rolling?
I have no idea. I did not watch that.
Or did the Zarya bubble him? I don't know what just happened.
I don't believe a McCree can. Something I would like to point out that I did see is that Thought Patrol did switch over to that, although he did not get out in time, that he swapped over to that Doomfist. That Doomfist is so good to install. And I feel like in NA, we just don't see it as much.
In NA.
I'm not kidding. In NA, we just don't see it as much. In EU, I feel like that Doomfist, a lot more prominent. He's so good on stall, and I feel like we're not taking advantage of him enough. Here we go. We see the red team, though, coming in with the triple tank, and this time the Hanzo. Maybe. I would love to see Thought Patrol on this Hanzo. His Widowmaker has been so exceptional. It's a very skilled, a very mechanically skilled DPS player, and it looks like already he's swapping off to that McCree. We see blue team on this defense with this. They're already getting there a little bit late. They're not really going to be able to set up too much on that high platform. And we see these DPS. We see these DPS.
Zunchun is like on the Roadhog, going for the triple tank for Prodigy.
Oh, that was a wonderful hook.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. We'll force them to move out. Which,
at some point, I say, when do you need to swap off that Widowmaker, though? For Spoons, he's been playing a lot of Widowmaker these entire 2 games. I always appreciate that Widow booty, but you know, when does it become a soldier might be more useful? Beyonce twice has gotten picked off, and they're trying to go this right side. I don't understand why Beyonce is not just fading through there to prevent herself from getting picked like that, because that Moira is one of few heroes on this attacking team side that can get hooked and not survive this. And the other 2 are already making it through.
Vertigo with a very strong hold, but Prodigy must probably also thinking they can take their time, having having started in 6 minutes 15 seconds.
That is very true.
Here we go. Here's another attempted push from Prodigy. And no one dies this time. Dungeon will jump in though. Tries to take out. Oh, sorry, Frisk will. He does take out top control actually. And that's 2 for the side of Vertigo. Randorf will take out Fury, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we'll go for the res. He does get the res off, and actually Randorf will take out Frisk. They are coming back. Prodigy might be able to take them on the side of the on the back of the Sound area. Boons gets died. Will be sustained though by his mercy. Able to hop back up. Prodigy Zunshin popping off with the Roadhog. Able to
That's a
kill
nice
Bernie
Roadhog.
and the Bongo. Will finish off the match. A late pick onto Spoons, and they captured just now. So
Objective lost.
They're going into this still with 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Point.
And they
Oh
get
my
that
God,
early
they get
pick
the
on that Mercy.
So late. Jeez.
It's gonna
This
be...
is really bad for Vertigo right now. Missing the main healer, and Spoon's just finding it back. Definitely, we're getting the only pick onto Randorf. Dungeon returning their own area though.
He's on both sides right now.
Down. We'll get Spoons.
Sunshine on this Roadhog. Absolutely fantastic. He's a very skilled DPS player mechanically, and that's really translating on this Roadhog. He's definitely playing a solid timing right now.
Ooh, a solid
Let's
one.
hook.
Will kill Fury and Spoons. And they cap with 3 minutes 47 on the clock.
We see a tactical pause coming out from blue team. Can we get a CS:GO up in here? Call a tactical pause.
I think we need some Jeopardy music real quick.
The tactical pause and go. Let's toggle on our teats real quick. I kid.
Score
No one's
Well,
kidding here.
we'll see.
4 to 4.
see.
Switching sides.
Who's attacking first? Blue side. Okay. We see again. So maybe I wasn't crazy on that first blue attack where they had the Roadhog. I think I was not crazy. They are gonna come out here with the triple tank with that Widowmaker, and again, we're seeing a lot of this Widow here from Spoons. Definitely something to note.
Hello there.
See a very standard comp.
This is no time
Who
Yeah.
doesn't though?
Oh, but we got Thought Patrol on that Widow, man.
Ooh, thoughts
He's
really
a-
looking for some thoughts here.
He's a good Widow. These DPS on Prodigy are so mechanically skilled.
3, 2, 1.
Here we have it.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
How can I see Spoons on that Tracer? It seems like he plays a lot of that Tracer.
Spoon's looking for Thought Patrol. Thought Patrol will jump up. Spoons completely misses him, doesn't even see it until he starts falling. Randorf will get an early pick of the run, so he's not able to help his team. Fury gets 2 though, until Zunshin
Yeah.
puts him down. Spoon's still doing nothing. Thought Patrol in the meantime will do next Steppy Wolf.
That Widowmaker there, and
Spoons really needs to start helping his team here.
dude,
Meanwhile, Frisk will be able to get back though. Pretty safely. So, nice.
it does look like Red Team will be able to set up for another defense here.
Ooh, Spoon's gonna get an early pick on the Zunshin. Really nice.
The Red Team is again not running the Mercy though. Definitely something to note.
Vertigo can move in here on the pick of Zunshin, but they don't, and Thought Patrol will kill Frisk here. Here goes the hammer downs. Ronso and Fury both hit with it.
10 seconds.
Ronso will die. Fury will survive though. Lucky Owl was keeping his best, is trying his best to keep him alive.
Overtime.
That beat coming out,
But
but
at the
it
end
doesn't
here,
hit the
it looks
Diva.
like Vertigo will be able to capture it. Taking
Bomb for
Karo,
safety?
that will be it. Just Zunchun on the point. That he can 1v5.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised from this man.
Truly. Marvel of beauty.
Well, he's...
Spoons on the Widow. Top troll on the Genji.
30 seconds.
Looks like Spoons will stop off now, seeing the Genji.
New defense point.
We see that
To the Tracer.
the Reinhardt from Blue Team just used his ultimate. He already has it again. Whereas on Red Team, he did use it, but he's not close to it at all. See it coming out here.
Got it. Spoons almost able to one-click go down. Right around the top part. Sadly, Cam has to rewind before he dies. But doesn't matter anyway. Zunchun Spoons 1v1 Tracer battle here. Distracts Zunchun from getting the point actually. And he won't. They will cap in overtime.
These Reinhardt ults from both team, dude. They're fantastic today.
Score 6-4. Switching sides.
Okay. Prodigy is looking like they're going for another triple tank comp. Oh, never mind. Looks like a sort of modified. Oh, nope, Thought Patrol on the, okay. Now Thought Patrol on the Roadhog this time. Zunchun wants his Genji back. Meanwhile, on the side of Vertigo, they're going for the Hagarissa again. See if they can pull off this 3-minute 47-second defense.
See.
Spoons on a McCree this time. Roll that I don't think we've seen him fill this series. But we'll see if he can fill it properly.
4, 3.
I find it fascinating that they're not running this Mercy on the defense because on this map it's so strong.
Especially with the 3 minutes and 47 seconds to hold this first one.
Yeah.
Spoons will get hooked in, rolls out, well that's his Zunchun anyway, so it doesn't matter, and they will fully dive on the back of that. Vertigo learning how dive works.
Oh my. We see Thought Patrol on this Roadhog, and we've seen Zunchun on it, but let's see if Thought Patrol can live up to
Okay,
it.
let's start the counterpunch. We'll take out wrong sub. It's
Oh,
just
man.
Fury on the point here now. Spoons comes back kind of late. Should try and escape, but we'll just get late picked. Dark getting three kills there.
They're gonna have over 3 minutes to get the second point here. They got it in under 30 seconds last that first attack. We'll see if they can do it. Seems like the team is a little confused though on where they're going. They really need to make a decision because they did waste a solid 15 seconds just on figuring out which way to go. Oh.
Thought Patrol will take out first stab, just takes out Random Dark, probably in his little, tire.
In revenge.
Prodigy
Oh.
getting hella kills here. Spoons will take out Zunchun. Now Stephanie will hold the point.
We see that Thought Patrol actually was the one that got stuck there.
Sombra here now from Frisk actually. Able to hack Taro, basically nothing. Takes out both him and Dazman.
Frisk here, man.
And
Didn't
goes to the
work.
point. He's not even able to finish his charge before he gets hacked. It's just Thought Patrol here. See if he can save the point alone.
Are we back in game?
Yes, we are.
No one tells me these things. There we go. This we have this classic TCP map here, coming out with rounds what? Between both of them, this would be round 12, roughly. 12 points almost.
First stuff up in for an early teleport, looking for a hack here on the side. Isn't able to pull one off yet. Will get one rush at the end. Jasmine will kill Ron for the process though.
They do have that EMP.
That comes out.
Red team is gonna be so careful for these EMPs now. But you do have to take note in the fact that Red team has 3 ults going in. No, actually, they're only gonna have. Nope, they do have 3 ults. 3 ults coming into this, and they only have 1.
60 seconds remaining.
Only 1 on side of blue team.
I haven't seen Top Patrol perform the hottest. Oh, that might be a fat finger right there from John. That's definitely gotta be a
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Or, maybe he sensed the Sombra.
Maybe, never know.
This one moving in, the bomb will go in. Fury will defend it. He's almost able to get Stephanie Wolf in the
30
explosion though.
seconds remaining.
Tactical huge status. We'll get 3
It's
on the back
gigantic.
of that. Prodigy will be able to kill almost everyone. Just the hog alive. Stephanie Wolf will get the end. Frisk on point, invisible. No one can see him in the corner.
10 seconds remaining.
Isn't able to translate to that. But Ronso will contest here. On the place here.
Oh, let's shatter though.
Fury just one point. Stephanie will comes in now. 2 CP because we're calling it.
As the kids are saying, 2 CP.
Vertigo's gotta be really happy that even if they don't get this right here, push, it's called, we're able to push it into overtime.
6 complete.
That is a the classic 2 CP map we're seeing here, man. With these stalls, the crazy amount of rounds here. My god. It's intense. Definitely intense to say the least. My eyes hurt.
My life hurts.
I'm saying. We see the Bastion
We see the Bastion.
coming out from Top Patrol.
Looks
And
like
the Roadhog.
actually. They do have the
Bloodhog.
Arista to back it up, and he's.
I am
he's well at his
excited.
bond.
I am excited for this Bastion, as we both know that we're a fan of the Bastion meta as former Team Pseudo members.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Attackers
It is-
incoming in 30 seconds.
I would have loved to see them with that Mei boosting up onto the point, onto that platform across from where Top Patrol is right now. But can't have everything you want. They are taking a back
sit in the
position
back.
though on the point.
Yeah. Trying to orient himself so he can get a good view, but not get picked off instantly.
Spoons will have a hard time getting through this shield unless his team can break it.
1.
Nah,
Attackers
Spoon's can break alone,
incoming.
my guy. You know the
Defend
power of a
objective
spoon.
A.
I don't want to know the power of a spoon.
Probably coming wondering where the hell is Vertigo?
Yeah, they're
We'll
just
see him in the back. He probably called it up to his team. And they decide to go
Tag
up top
team.
as well now.
been trying to take that ground. They got the triple tank, but they're just gonna be pushing straight into that bastion, unfortunately.
The Bastion does not. Oh, actually, the Bastion does.
Oh,
get
he's
them.
taken. He's moved.
Kills Fury.
30
Yep.
seconds remaining.
This bastion strat. It's
Unsuspected. As Vertigo moves around the point, Top Patrol from Prodigy is able to use this opportunity to move without them seeing him.
I've not seen this positioning from a bastion in quite some time.
But Top Patrol makes excellent use out of it. Again.
Yeah, he's taking note that they're gonna have to go straight to point to even be able to get on it. He just goes. He does get taken out though, unfortunately. This time though, we are seeing the Mercy on the defensive side, which we haven't seen. And Spoons, that was unfortunate. Right in front of his eyes did that Mercy ult. Or Mercy get him up.
Top Patrol trying to take out everyone. Spoons will take him out. Finally. Spoons get the revenge. Spoon also gets Zunshun. He's had enough with both of them. They will
He's
cap
done.
first point here now. With just a minute.
Spoons is done with their bull.
Now here it is. 30
seconds
seconds.
remaining.
Will they cap second point?
New defense point.
Top Patrol stops on the Sombra now. Zunshun does have the blade on the side of Prodigy, so they can shut down. Ronso close to the sound barrier. On first point, applying great healing and damage from his teammate. Spoons gets another pick. Zunshun's had enough of this. Will take out Spoons. Goes for Lucky Owl. Lucky Owl will escape with a both bombs come out. Only one gets a kill on Badazman, the opposite Diva. Dancy here popping the Valkyrie for Prodigy. Trying to keep him all sustained. Rendark will save Zunshun from the charge as he goes back to point. Steffi Wolf and Ronso both getting picks. Here comes the grab.
Oh, that eat.
Spoon takes the bubble.
As they say, a solid 2 CP.
Gets one, but Spoons will take him out. Spoon's really on Top Patrol's ass after all of this.
Spoons is actually a Tracer main, as we've seen, but he
As
just...
you can see, applying great pressure, doing great damage.
It's unfortunate we haven't been able to see him on it as much as
much as his Widowmaker.
yeah, so much.
Still applying great pressure, finally goes down.
Not able to get it though, but they did cap that one tick, which in times like this might be enough to win it.
Score 7-6.
7 to
Switching
6,
sides.
as the kids would say. 2 CP.
2 CP.
So we're seeing this, on the attacking side, we're seeing something we haven't seen all game. We're seeing
Spoons.
dive.
Oh,
One.
yeah, that too. But
I
Spoons,
mean, on the
not on
defending
the
side,
Widow.
Spoons on the Tracer,
On
man.
the Tracer. It's incredible. And he's
Yeah.
nodding yes. You can hear it.
Fantastic. He's ready. He's ready for us. They need to.
Spoons gets him for a good time to jump down. Goes around the back. Tries to get
It is
Carl.
unfortunate though
Chris will
because
follow up on the damage from Spoons, take out Carl, and
this
G-Mac
defending
Batman in the
team
back.
is running the Junkrat and the Zenyatta and the Roadhog, which is a very heavy counter dive.
Indeed, that Winston will go down like freaking butter, my guy.
Yeah,
Spoons
man.
does go down to Zunshun. Zunshun has had enough, but Frisk will shut down Zunshun as well in
Hey.
the process. Top Troll applying good pressure onto the sports. Bob will get shut down by Lucky Owl on top. Karo waiting. He's ready to touch point for when his team returns.
Tara on this Lucio, man. These Lucios have
Karo's on
been
point. Remember, gets
MVPs.
taken out. It's just Karo. Lucky Owl takes him out, and Spoons will take out Dancy. That's it.
It looks like we're about to see this blue team take this map.
Looks like Vertigo will.
Yeah,
Anubis.
they will pause. There's no more pausing.
Play of the game.
Played again by Lucky Owl as Moira.
These supports, something that I definitely gotta say, these supports on the side of Vertigo. Vertigo supports are very, very good, playing exceptionally well.
Epic.
Impeccable.
Okay. Wave say hi. Will come in for Spoons. Wave say hi.
This Wave say hi.
Wave say hi.
Check this man out, Genji
known,
player.
Yeah, known as the Genji of the group actually before Frisk.
First,
Yeah,
Who was he playing? I don't even remember.
He was the projectile for Vertigo.
He played the Sombra. That's what I saw. The Sombra was pretty damn good, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. This would be interesting to see because there are many different things that you could run here.
Mm-hmm. It does seem like a dive coming out from Vertigo, or at least I'd assume, based on Spoons the Tracer and Waves they had the Genji.
Swapping in the Genji, you would think so.
And Ronso.
But the thing is, the dive isn't always the strongest on these maps. On that University map, especially, that Ryan Zarya is what you need. And speak of the devil, we're put right onto University. Funny thing is here, there's a lot of different things you can run, but on a map like this, Ryan Zarya is definitely a dominant strat.
And as I said, would you look at that, Vertigo going for the dive.
I'm
Okay,
a little salted that we're not seeing a Zarya, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here plays Zarya. Feels bad.
No stream.
Top Patrol on the McCree this time. Zunshun back on his trusty rat. Let's see how it goes. Round starts now. Nope, sorry. I'm bad at the game.
I'm just conversing with the players in chat. They want to know if there's a Twitch link.
Nah, I'm recording it.
Recording!
Five, 4,
Alright, here we go. As I said, we are seeing that less dive, more of a standard comp here with from red team.
Yeah, I'm not really positive. It seems that are going anti-dive. They are expecting the dive actually from Vertigo.
That's very smart.
Spoon's trying to apply pressure to that. Jasmine will watch on it. Looks distracted, has to get close to the front. Spoon's excellent pressure into that. Excellent damage.
The divers are just basically running into this ball that's just gonna be able to kill
Gets a stick.
everything.
He gets no kill though, but it doesn't even matter. The damage. Huge. Wave High finishing him off.
It's very
and
even,
that's why you bring
man.
in Wave High. Excellent Genji.
Wave say hi though.
We'll get shut down by Thought Patrol at the end though. But you know.
We're seeing Thought Patrol, but it does look like the
It does look
respawns
like
on blue team. They just came back faster. And I wish we could see this Ryan Zarya though. The Ryan Zarya would be so strong.
Ended up moving in first without the help of his team in the back. We'll get severely damaged. Doesn't end up getting killed though. Dasman actually finding a return kill onto Fury. Will allow them to push forward.
This is a really nice hook and pick there. You see this?
Will be maxed out real quickly. The double killing race on the side. And getting two more with a lot of us getting top. Tyre was running. Spoon's getting two picks.
Genji was trying to pick off Thought Patrol on this McCree, but he couldn't win the duel, which ultimately led to Thought Patrol just having that reign to have that free ult there. They got the 2 kills. Thought Patrol again on this DPS is just doing so fantastic tonight. Coming down here tonight. I'm seeing great things.
Now, oh, there we go. There goes the bomb. The stepping wall.
Engage
We'll get
bomb.
no one. Actually, the 2 point. Let's say how he goes for it. Taro will pop the Samurai though. Boops him away. But lets Zunshun finish him off. We've been seeing great things from Taro on this Lucio. Top Patrol, G-Max stacking well. Spoons will take out Top Patrol. Doesn't matter. After all their valiant efforts, Fury will take out 3, wants some recognition, and Vertigo will take point here.
That's a really nice. That's a good engage from blue side there. Oops. With the engaging with that bomb and just following up with it. Very good.
applying good pressure from the side. Spoons in the back. Will get instantly shut down by Top Patrol as soon as he approaches them. They will use that and push him again. Top Patrol goes for another high noon. Finds one. But waves ahead will kill Random Dark with the high noon of Top Patrol. Top Patrol so good killing people on his own. Waves ahead going in for the blade. Gets one. Gunshot gets a return kill onto Ronso though. And that's all Whisper is able to do. Gunshot moves in now with the Dragon Blade. Picks up 2. 3 if you can is kill prior. 3! Lucky Owl approaching point alone. Will fade in the middle of point and die.
That is enough to stall that to that 96. They are really going to, realistically, take one more fight and you get that. Paw Patrol is just doing such a fantastic job in this retreat. Just shutting down these flankers for the most part. And really beneficial for the team. We see support ults coming out from both sides here.
Probably looking for a bomb to break the field. They will take that random bomb. He goes for it. Doesn't take anyone out. Applies good damage to Jasmine, but he will not go down. Oh! Maybe that's looking soon. He will... No, he won't go down. The self-healing is just too much, and Prodigy will keep point here.
Definitely a questionable ult coming out from that D.Va, as that fight was already launched. They could be using this in this last engage, because I do believe they are going to have time for another one.
Especially with that, Ronso will get a kill on top control. Jasmine turns on into Spoons. Both more ults popping out here. Sunshine going for another ult. Will kill Lucky Owl. And Ronso, both supports down to Vertigo. And Stephanie Wolf, damn. Sunshine doing work here.
DPS
getting
players.
Finishing kills onto Wave and Fury.
I do have to question the ult usage on the blue side. I feel like some of it's definitely questionable. Their support,
immediately get melted, and that's the round.
the support ults, I feel like, have been a little bit off on the side of blue, almost. Just not getting the full usage out of what they need. Like, engaging with that Zenyatta ult, yes, you know, it works. You're gonna get in there, but he immediately died afterwards. And having that for that Genji ult after would have been way more important, I feel.
Hello.
Swaps coming on from both Waves and Sunshine. Both Genji players wanting to swap onto these Pharos. Lucky Owl swapping onto the Mercy to complement it. We're finally seeing a normal support duo for Vertigo.
There we go. We are seeing though on blue side the Zenyatta. Instead of that, the Zenyatta is just... It's questionable, especially on these kind of maps when the other team is running that dive. You don't want to be the Zenyatta.
Oh my god! Instantly, 2 direct rockets will take out Wave Side High from Sunshine. Up front. Amazing pressure from piling up to the Mercy. Just move it to the back room.
Fantastic.
And they're all caught in the room. You don't want to be there. Lucky Owl goes for a res, but isn't able to do anything.
We definitely got stuck in there, which was the unfortunate part.
That initial pick was huge, because that instantly cut about, like, a third of their damage away.
Probably more than a third. When you're running that Pharah and that Tracer, you're relying on that Pharah for pressure. For making it harder for the other team to position, and also, yeah, for love and justice, and for baiting the girlfriend. Sometimes you gotta bait the girlfriend. When you're playing with farmers, you gotta bait the girlfriend.
I'm taking care of you.
Farm mercy duels. Usually you don't want to be trying to take out this other Pharah, but
Random Dark trying to get Lucky Owl. It doesn't do anything. Spoons will Demek Dasman in the back. And that's all that's happened so far. Nothing seems to be happening. 2 ults instantly popped as soon as they were getting for Prodigy. Spoons will bomb Random Dark though. The ult for the Resurrect for Fury comes up. But doesn't matter. Random Dark gets 2 return picks. Huge. And Prodigy will take the fight here.
does seem like this red team is gonna have a little bit of questionable. I don't know if they needed that beat there per se.
Steffi Wolf,
They did.
goes
They
back
did
to school.
stack both of their support ults, which is something normally that you do not want to do.
But using it with the D.Va ult zoned all of them. So, well, yeah, you don't want to use both supports, definitely. But using the D.Va ult there was able to zone them, and with
Was
that,
it a
Prodigy
D.Va ult wasn't used? I don't think.
It was.
Look at the alt economy right now.
I'm blind. I don't know what's happening.
Unless one D.Va was able to get that fast. That counter.
Wave Say Hi using the barrage, but Sunshine using his own and gets 2. Both bombs go down. Steffi Wolf takes out Bedazzband with his bomb. We're seeing a trend here. Quite an even fight right now. Both teams looking with the full. Oh, Wave Say Hi will take out Sunshine. Finally gets revenge. Diancie goes for the res. Will die to Spoons though. Runner trying to apply pressure to Wave Say Hi, but he can't reach him up there.
In reality, red team just really needs to get off the point and
And, Fury will
regroup. They're
follow
just
Rim
feeding
down.
alt usage.
And with 99 on the clock for Prodigy, Vertigo finally takes it here. Patrol,
Doesn't look like red team's gonna have any alts though. Their closest one is only at 60% here.
Top Patrol will swap to the Tracer here in hopes of applying at least a bit more pressure onto Wave Say Hi. And dealing with Spoons a bit better. Because Spoons this round has been an absolute nightmare on Prodigy's back. Really top criminal, so they will be next step. It does have no bomb. Oh, sorry. Golden back to Jasmine have no bomb. Top Patrol here with the Tracer face does get the return kill onto Spoon. Random Dog getting Ronso and Zentrum picking up Lookout. So both supports are going to go down. Steffi will does the next. Uses the bomb, gets no one. Barely gets the max. Doesn't get the bomb on him. Random Dog killing Wave Say Hi finally. Kill the Burger Sky. Top Patrol will kill Fury. Sunshine will get Spoons, and it looks like Prodigy will pull this back now. Finally. Sunshine will get both supports now. And the D.Va. Wave Say Hi returning, but Sunshine kills him while he's in that lock state. Far result, dangerous one to both others and the user himself.
They got off the point. They C9'd, as the kids would say almost.
As the kids would say, yes. And Fury able to barely get on the point at the last second.
If they had gotten that, Lucky I was able to touch
Always on
that.
point. Lucky I will go down Random Dark's final range.
If they hadn't gotten off that point, this fight would be over already. That's
One gets no one. Zentrum gets another kill on Wave Say Hi. Random Dark looking for target, finds Ronso. Ronso cannot avoid electricity.
Zenton's rockets are they're absolutely amazing tonight, as we see again on that. Zenton on that fire was honestly just having free reign over the entirety of the blue team. He's doing absolutely fantastic. Here we say Wave Say Hi. Genji boy.
Triple kill. Double.
Man's dash usage was definitely good. Holy shit, Beyonce's gold border. Did not know that. See Zentrum with 36 eliminations. He was really doing so much on that far in that second round.
But see, despite the loss, Spoons is still able to get the card because of how much pressure and damage he was doing in the back.
He was
Which
doing
just
really well. It's unfortunate that his
unfortunately-
team could not follow up on that.
Just
Because he, I believe, at that last fight there, he did actually end up taking out that Mercy as they engaged for that last fight, which was a very big pick.
And to end it all is Nimbani.
2-1 Prodigy. I'm probably not gonna nap though. Alright, here we are seeing Nimbani. On this map, stats can definitely vary, but in general, you are going to see a lot of the dive, both defense and
Steffi
offense.
Wolf on Torbjorn. Or, sorry, Wave Say Hi on Tor. Oh! Sorry.
I would love to see the Torbjorn actually. It is actually a very strong strategy. And it looks like we will be seeing a rather standard composition coming out from blue team.
Yes, indeed.
We are seeing that dive again from red team, and I'm excited to see this Pharah again. This Pharah has been absolutely tearing things up.
Top patrol on the Hanzo.
I'd love to
Please.
see the Hanzo.
No, he goes after the Razor. Zunchan, yes, on the Torbjorn.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
This is what we want to see here.
I just want to see Zuntan on the Pharah, man.
Let's get to it already.
Hello. Greetings.
Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Enemy contact.
Trying to make way, we see all of Vertigo is currently located in the corner where Zunchan can easily hit all of them. Even behind the barrier, there's a crack there, which Zunchan is making full use out of. Fury finally reevaluates his shield placement. Meanwhile, Wasehai moves onto the point where he will actually take out Kara before getting killed himself. He doesn't get killed at all himself, actually. Fury with D-Max Dasman. Meanwhile, Zunchan going for Lucky Owl. Lucky Owl will get off the res on Spoons, actually. Spoons can now apply pressure to Zunchan.
Not before Zuntan can pull off that rocket kill. As said, this man on the Pharah, this DPS duo, just so awesome. And see them, they're being so supported by this Winston and this Diva and their support. It's very good.
Scott, the
Very
Meanwhile,
good.
Top
Very
Patrol,
nice.
wanders a bit too far. And,
No, you can't do anything about
My
that.
ultimate is ready. Let's work
but it
together.
doesn't really matter, because
E button broke, I
has
guess.
so much time to get back.
No, it is lag.
yeah, sorry.
It's just
his
lag.
keyboard self-destructed and he lost it. Here, the tower comes up from Wave Say Hi, looking for an opportunity, climbs the building. Will end up
There's-
finding Zunchan in the far back. Well,
They were-
move forwards, but it doesn't really matter. They have any response anyway. Diane's getting the res off anyways.
That
Well,
tire
that's
was
really
borderline useless.
Honestly. But getting rid of it was fine anyways. They do have, there's this tiny of time for Wave Say to build up another one. Zunchan will take out both Lucky Owl and Spoon.
Very good all usage
Both
there.
working together to take out the Bongo. Karo will get Fury as well. Whole time been doing great work from him. Haven't mentioned it much, but once again, the DP, the
Carl?
supports.
Yeah, these supports.
The supports on the
Absolutely
side of
fantastic.
Prodigy have been doing fantastic.
And this Winston diving in there is just making so much space for our for the DPS here on Red Team.
Once again, you see both Random Rock and Badman diving together, watching up top. Zunchan
We see now that Fury, they're swapping over to this. I'm not really sure what you'd call it. They have these dive healers, but
And there we go.
they also have the
Sound
double
barrier
hit
comes up.
can.
Once again, protecting everyone on this team. Well called for. Top Troll will DMAC and kill Stuffy Wolf and Fury, so both tanks gone. And this will give them a lot of room actually on the cart. Oh, okay, he keeps going. He doesn't stop. Yep, and there's tactical crouching that we all love.
Tactical crouching, yes.
Now we see the projectile player for Vertigo playing the McCree. So we'll see what he can do here.
They really want to shut down Sunshine on this Pharah, man.
And Top Patrol on the and they do it! And they do kill Top Patrol instantly.
They're able to get Top Patrol down.
Successful kill, and it doesn't look like the res will go up for that. So they will push on that kill. Not finding the other kills because Prodigy moves so well as a unit, well back up. But Vertigo is able to hold here. So pretty good.
My ultimate is charging.
So much coordination on the side of Prodigy right now.
Here's the dive again.
I will watch over you.
Jasmine once again flies in with Random Dart as he jumps. Gets D-Mac, will pop the bomb. Gets no one. Spoons will get Dasman with the Cactus Visor and Zone. So this will shut them down again. Wave Say Hi getting another kill on Top Patrol. Top Patrol might want to stop here because he's getting hard countered by Wave Say Hi every single time. No, it's only been twice, but I'm expecting repeats. Probably waiting for other members. Trying to get back together. Taking the high route this time. Prodigy's Top Patrol will take the low ground, it seems.
They need to push out of this room here. You cannot be getting stuck in these small entrances and exits.
Enter it and deal damage. He can't actually. Gets too much damage done here. Tyler will boot him off and he jumps back, but he's really going for these points here, but they're maintaining themselves so well. Meanwhile, Ramdog will pop his own and try to take out. Yeah, but you see the synchronization here again. They didn't account for Ronso, but Random Dark did pop the ult and try and deal with Wave Say Hi while Zunshan popped the
We see 4 ults coming out on the side of Prodigy.
Yeah.
4 ultimates though.
The sync here between Zunshan and Random Dark really being showcased.
Very good.
Jerry will take a turn to test. Spoons will come with him. Wave Say Hi will get 3, so that will be it. That will get
right there.
Ronso anyways, but Wave Say Hi proving his worth on this McCree, being able to shut down Top Patrol and get a game-saving 3-man ult.
It's a very nice ult.
See, at that point, Prodigy was probably feeling pretty lax there. Was not expecting the high noon at all.
Unfortunately, again, they did pop 4 of their ultimates to get it as far as they did, but now they're only looking with that pulse bomb, which
and the Diva Bomb as well, actually.
Yeah, very close to that Diva Bomb.
Spoons very low. Manages to survive. Stop Patrol, kind of finish up Patrol, doesn't get through. Batman jumps in. Show Random Dart. Steffi on in. Bomb doesn't D-Max Steffi Wolf actually. Will kill Stay Wave Say Hi. Steffi Wolf drops the bomb. Gets nothing. D-Max uncontested. And Jasmine is dealt with right here. Wave Say Hi still getting. Still applying great damage, great pressure. Random goes for the ult. Targets Lucky Owl. Lucky Owl will fly away. Random doing all he can to get him. Top Patrol killing himself.
He's looking for that nice regroup.
Yeah.
That's what he was looking for. It's unfortunate his team couldn't get out there when he was killing himself to get out. Sometimes it's better to just walk away instead of investing an ult into it. Which unfortunately, their Winston did invest that primal, which would have been ideal for stalling the point if you needed to go into this last fight.
Okay, so now what you want to see here is you want to see them bait out Ronso's Transcendence so they can make full use of Zunshan's. They pop the sound barrier. There's the Transcendence. Zunshan after this will have free reign onto all of Vertigo. There he goes, he pops it. Hasn't killed anything yet. Fury will get Random Dart. There we go. Zunshan gets a kill onto Wave Say Hi.
Fortunately, it seems like Zunshan got a little lost.
And they do res it. Top Patrol kills Spoons though, winning the duel again. Bomb gets no one. Zunshan dies. And it looks like Vertigo may fully hold it. Bomb once again gets no one. Top Patrol still applying great pressure. Zunshan will get res back up actually. And it looks like Prodigy could win this. Great kills coming in on the side of Vertigo, or sorry, Prodigy.
Yeah.
And we will start pushing this to the very end. Just Spoons alive. Not able to contest. Lucky Owl will fade to the point. Tries to do as much as he can. Dies instantly. And that's it. Once again, I can't stress enough. Prodigy's synchronization. Popping the Lucy ult to survive. Drawing out the Transcendence. Then following up with Zunshan's Dragon Blade. Whether or not the Dragon Blade did that much, it's still... They've still performed very well right there.
Very much so. It is unfortunate though that they went into this third point with so much time, and they had to get it into that overtime. Not even getting time left on the clock, which is crucial, especially when you haven't had your own defense. So if we can see Vertigo get this, push it fully while having over a minute on the clock, we could see a sudden death here.
Also, the two Winstons on both sides, Random Dark and Fury, both the whole
They're doing
time
very well.
applying great pressure to the supports. Fury is taking the fights with the DPSs though, while Random Dark is focusing.
Random Dark.
So you see
What I'm seeing from him is Random Darkness is always on anyone that Sunshine or Thought Patrol gets low, and it's fantastic, honestly. Here we are seeing exactly what I want to see. Is this defensive Winston diva here. Only thing that I'd be concerned about with this comp is that Zenyatta again. Is him getting picked, unfortunately. But if he stays with that soldier, then, you know, it'll be definitely hard to break this defense here.
As well as running the Mercy for that, you know, that res value.
For that res.
So if Carry doesn't go down, they can peel for Mercy and help her res him.
Yeah, very much so.
Where were we?
5,
On the side of
3, 2,
on the blue team, we're seeing a full straight dive here. That Genji, that Tracer, the Winston Diva. Interesting to see how they play this out tonight.
Going far left. Looks like
they're trying to take that high ground.
I'm claiming this objective.
Prodigy.
No, it looks like actually they're trying to bait them down on that point.
They do. Remember, comes down first. Jasmine falls up, and they're now all on the ground.
Ooh, as said,
And there we
Caro
go.
gets
Caro
pushed
does
off
go
that
down.
point there.
Where's the high?
Let's say hi, doing adequate work here on this Genji here.
And Spoon's will finish the kill off onto Random Dark. Meanwhile, you see this every kill that happens is just followed up with either a Mercy damage boost or a Zenyatta Discord Orb.
It's absolutely amazing. We're seeing a bit more coordination coming out here from Vertigo now, which is it's nice to see from them. As I feel like they've had their moments, but they've been quite inconsistent, and we do see Fury unfortunately go down way
As soon as
off.
you say it, Fury
Way off.
far away will die. Spoons as well, also very far, and Wave say hi, but a Wave will return. Spoons goes for a pick in the back, it doesn't stick, and they will try and collapse onto him. They don't see him, he's hiding in the back again. Luncheon coming up, but he will retreat back to his team. And Spoons is back too, so both teams with the full rosters. Fury jumps in, Stecking Wolf a bit late on the follow-up, but Spoons will get Caro anyways. Dragon Plate comes up from Wave Say Hi, does kill Diancie, so both supports, fourth side of Prodigy are down. Jasmine will get a DMAC and killed again by Spoons.
Definitely seems like we're seeing some better work here right now from Vertigo. Coming into this last point was they do the Vertigo. Prodigy does get this contest here.
Double will kill both supports. Junction will kill use the pulse to get Wave Say Hi. Fury gets caught on the process, but it doesn't matter here. Prodigy will fully retake that point. Incredible.
Very nice. And we did see that Zunchun had just used that pulse bomb, and already he's at 52, more than half.
And once again, I gotta credit Random Dark for that. That dive onto the Zenyatta immediately, and then the bubble placement where Jasmine came in. They immediately took out Ronson, so he couldn't do anything. Couldn't finish building up the things, which he now only gets. Though, even though I say he's only got it now, Caro still hasn't built up his, and Spoons is able to take him out. Both bombs coming out. Once again, Steffi Wolf will bomb Bedazzlement every single time, but Bedazzlement finally does get returned. Duncan will get launched though, so that is Prodigy holding here again. Steffi Wolf and Spoon still here, but doesn't seem like they can do much with the support from Diancie. Caro finally going down to a baby Steffi Wolf, but Doesn't matter, they'll stagger her for a bit. And now she's dead.
It has been not the cleanest hold I've seen though. Unfortunately, one or two of Prodigy have been going down though at the beginning of these dives coming out from Vertigo. So we'll see if this can keep up.
But as soon as it happens, you see Prodigy move back a bit, reevaluate real quick, and then pop back in.
No one should be going down though, that's my point.
True. Fury hops in to engage Random. Versa High goes in right to the back for the sports. Will not pick. Oh, well, there we go. Will pick up Carol. Random Dark with excellent feel. Not able to take Versa High out in time. But in the meantime, while Wave High goes in, peels all of them back. They are able to push it to second point.
They're coming into this third point with 3.5 minutes. And they really only need to get it with a minute left on the clock here.
Getting it here with any time left on the clock would be excellent.
It would be fantastic. Already looking strong for the side of
Vertigo, yeah.
there's Vertigo here.
Looks like down for Prodigy. Guns have taken the 1v1 with Spoon. Fury and Steffi will pull back him up here though. So, you see it finally happening. The synchronization coming together. Spoon just stepped up for right
This is
there.
what this team has needed for the entire matchup here. Ronso coming in with that transcendence.
Everyone on the side of Prodigy staying there. And there, with the help of that, people start going down on the side of Vertigo.
Prodigy is pulling this back right now.
Pulling this back so well. The double bomb. It's huge by Brazman. Does so much. And he will stagger Steffi Wolf here. A bit of revenge for earlier. And they'll just use this for all charge here. Yeah. You can hear the excitement in Steffi Wolf's voice. Guys, I remet. I can come back to you. But no. No.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, does get DMAC. A huge stagger. Well played by the side of Prodigy. Now, here, ults again. You see both DPS ults on the side of Vertigo. So they will be able to initiate well, but sound barrier almost ready for Prodigy. So if they can, they might be able to counter this. They might be able to completely counter. And there you go. There's the blade, and the sound barrier goes down just as planned. Carol keeping everyone in this team alive. Dancy goes very low. Spoons will finish her off. Then Dark works the ball for the pulse. Spoons goes for the pulse. Doesn't get anyone. Both was raging. Fury's was a bit earlier. So Dark is still going at it. Will kill Spoons. Fury getting 2 though. Bradman and Carol. Fury will go down now. Dancy resurrected. And they will hold this here. Another excellent hold again. Carol with that sound barrier. As soon as he hears the Dragon Blade go down, and Random Dark putting the bubble around him to make sure he doesn't die in the process of it. Because as Lucio player myself, I can tell you, there's been so many times where I've just been in a somewhat safe environment, right, without anyone around me, popping the sound barrier and just instantly getting killed anyway.
Immediately going down. His team is doing a really good job making sure that he stays alive for this. Does look like Vertigo's gonna have one more fight on them.
Sights is popped. Top Troll not seeing any thoughts right now.
Gotta find some
Fury and
sense here.
Steffi Wolf. Excellent pressure, pushing him back into point. An excellent stick onto Wave High's face. Jasmine will DMAX Steffi Wolf with the bomb. Here's the Doomfist coming in from Top Troll after failing with the
All these Doomfists.
yeah, after failing with the shoulder. Top Troll still Spoon. Maybe we'll take
Yes. Solid Doomfist out here.
Just Fury, Lucky Owl, not even May, sorry, Will didn't take this. There's no way. Where's that coming back as the Sombra? Can't get a hack off, can't do much. Instantly killed. Fury's still alive though, surprisingly. Dies, and that's it.
That was a very close matchup here with these two teams.
Indeed, very close. We saw Vertigo finally come together, start doing
Finally.
Play of the
having
game.
amazing coordination
They need-
towards the end with Prodigy.
It was very good. They really need to. They need to knock out that consistency for them, just so that they always need this sort of
Ooh, well deserved play for
coordination, and that was a very good play right there.
Epic.
Thanks for the
The
love.
7 minutes of objective time, fantastic. Definitely was a close matchup on this last game.
So we will award a player of the match.
Random Dark.
I agree.
Just
You know,
Winston.
yeah.
Every follow-up on the damage that Sunshine and Pop Troll is doing, Random Dark was there to follow up on that, and I appreciate that 100%. I'm waving my frying pan at him.